Hello, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Benaya Elom. The Pamakwa Sports Minister Kofi Adams has described the inauguration of the new National Sports Fund Board as an important moment in the country's sports history. He said the fund shows strong political will, a clear purpose, and a commitment to getting things done. We have more for you in this report.
Addressing the board, the sports minister revealed that government is committed to the development of sports in the country, hence their decision to constitute the board.
The creation of the governing board of the Ghana Sports Fund is not just a fulfillment of a legislative process. It is the culmination of years of advocacy, policy discussions, national expectation, if I may add. It represents what Ghana Sports has long waited for: a structured, a predictable, and accountable financing framework that serves the entire sports ecosystem.
Though the Sports Fund initiative started in 2017, it was passed into law in December 2025. Adams claims the desire of this government to improve sports influenced the decision to pass it into law.
This fund did not emerge overnight. Its journey spans several years across different policy conversations and reform attempts. What has made the difference this time is political will, clarity of purpose, and commitment to delivery. Under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, government made a clear commitment that sport will no longer be treated as an afterthought.
Speaking to Joy Sports, the chairperson of the board, Professor Koyo Enim Wright, outlined the key objectives of the Sports Fund.
Well, I think we've all been asking for a sustainable financing path for sports development, and this board is mandated to create that ability for the government to nationally to really be able to get the funds that are needed to support sports development, not just sports development, grassroots development, talent identification, infrastructure. So it's a broad mandate that we have, and it's our goal right now to sit down and come up with the steps that will take us to get there.
Dixon Dia, who is a member of the board, noted the role of Parliament in passing the bill.
Parliament played a very crucial role. When this bill came to Parliament, within 72 hours, we had done justice to it, and we passed the bill into act. President has assented. So I would say the Parliament played a very crucial role because we have all been worried about lack of sustainable funding for sports and the consequences thereof. That's why when it came to Parliament, we acted with alacrity and with commitment.
The Sports Fund is expected to play a role in mobilizing, managing, and dispersing resources for sports development, infrastructure, athlete welfare, and grassroots programs. Reporting for Joy Sports, Penti Jijo, Ministry of Sports and Recreation.
The Ghana Football Association today officially launched the maiden edition of the FIFA Under-15 Girls Regional Court Leagues as its headquarters, marking a significant milestone in the development of women's football in Ghana. Speaking at the launch, GFA President Keto Kreku highlighted the importance of this new initiative.
For the first time, young female footballers under the age of 15 now have a clear, accessible, and nationally coordinated pathway into elite football. Until today, when a young child, a young girl wants to play football, she must start from the National Division 1. So you see a 10-year-old girl, a 12-year-old girl playing against 25-year-old girls. That was crazy. But this league is about more than producing footballers. It's about shaping characters. It's about instilling discipline, teamwork, confidence, and excellence. It's about empowering young girls to believe in your potential, not only as footballers, but as leaders, professionals, and role models in our society. Our investment in women's football is already yielding results. From the revitalization of domestic women's competitions to the improved structures around our Women's Premier League, and from youth national teams to senior level, we have seen steady and measurable progress. That progress has resulted in the resurgence and success of our senior female national team, the Black Queens, who have again risen to reclaim their place among Africa's elite through improved preparation, better welfare, and renewed sense of belief. However, sustained success at the top is impossible without strong roots at the base. That is why today's lunch is so important.
8 months ago, Richard Akpokavi became the new Ghana Olympics president, beating Michael Agri to replace Benunu Mensah. He sits with my colleague Victor Tamaklu in this new exclusive interview to look back on his 8 months in office and what the future holds for the GOC.
Hi Richard, good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're a hard man to find.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm always here.
I've been chasing you since December.
December is not a good month to chase.
It's not a good month. Okay.
December is for family and Christmas and those things.
Unwinding.
Unwinding,
okay.
Yes.
Well,
anyway.
With that out of the way, I'm sure now you have a clear mind and a lot of motivation to attack the new year.
Definitely.
But let's start from the elections that you won and the first 8 months.
Yeah.
How would you describe the first months that you've had in charge as president of the GOC?
Interesting. I mean, of course, I was happy to have won, and I had we came with a lot of vim because there's lots of things we wanted to do. So we've tried to do quite a number of things that we set out to do. But of course, with these things, there are always challenges along the way. And each year you can improve on things. But if I have to say that, it's been a very good year, and it's been very interesting as well.
When you say you've achieved a number of the things you set out to do, what are those achievements?
One, we set out to bring more unity among the federations and then the leaders of the federations. And I think to a large extent we have done that. Two, we set out to draw a strategic plan. We have done that. We've set out to focus more on athletes. We have done that. To go for competitions, we've done that. Last year we had the Africa School Games, we had the African Youth Games, we had Anuka Zone 3 Games, and we are at all these games and we won good medals for that matter. So in those areas, we've done well.
Mm. What has been the main challenge in the first year for you?
The main challenge really is that some of the things we want to do, we need to, for instance, Amasama. It's been on the drawing board for several years now. I mean, I don't know whether you know, but that property was acquired by Mr. B.T. Baba when he was president of the Olympic Committee. That was 2010, thereabouts. So, and we still not developed it fully as we should. So it's something that we need to work at. The important thing is that I think that sometimes the impression has been given as if we are going to put up an Olympic-sized stadium at Amasama or something, but that's not it. It's an Olymp Africa project. And Olymp Africa is basically a community project where the ANOCA, that's the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, representing the IOC, supports a National Olympic Committee to put up a facility in a local community, which will be accessible to the community as a sporting facility and education hub, so that they come there and learn all kinds of things there. So that is the whole idea. So if we have unfortunately not been able to do it, and that's something which I think is important that we do, and that God willing we'll start something on it this year.
Have you done anything in that regard about moving it from just conceptualization stage to putting something there?
Yes, we have. But some of our people had not even gone to the. So today I took the whole board to the place. We realized the size of the land and what we can do there. We put a committee in place to put up. So we have a committee has brought a plan, structure. We've gone to the ESL to cost it, to look at the plan, see how it will work. There's some money. We are trying to see how we can get money because we need some support to be able to do it. Olymp Africa gave us $100,000, and they used part of it to do a few things on the property. And we need to, the agreement, in fact, with Olymp Africa was that we're supposed to provide counterpart funding. So we have to provide that to be able to start the project and finish it.
So the $100,000 from Olymp Africa is the only money that was available at the time you took office for that project?
Specifically for that project, yes. Specifically for that project, yes. Even then, a part of that has already been utilized to put up some structures on the land.
So there is nothing like a $560,000 fund for
Olymp Africa?
Project?
No, there's nothing like that. Nothing like that. Not at all.
Let's talk about the specifics of it and how much it will cost. Because you said you've spoken to AESL for the costing aspect. So
yeah, they are yet to give us the
they are to cost it for you.
Yes.
What are you looking to build? Because you said a lot of things that at a point I lost track of you.
Okay.
What are you looking to build on that land?
One, a multi-purpose hall, which can
multi-purpose hall,
and not the hall like you have in Botima. No, a simple one, which can be used by all the combat sports, for instance. You want it can be used by volleyball, basketball, that kind of table tennis, badminton, all those. This is.
So it's a facility for indoor games.
That's one of the things you could, but there's enough space to also have some outdoor games.
Okay.
At the moment, there's a basketball court there. There's a tennis court there as well, as I speak to you.
So as we speak, how many, because I want us to put specifics to, because now you have moved from just having it on paper to actually setting the wheels in motion. Which of the disciplines have you agreed that are going to have facilities there?
Proposals have been made for some disciplines. Okay. The agreement is not yet in place. And some of the disciplines that obviously football, athletics, volleyball, basketball, the combat sports, judo, taekwondo, karate. Basically, these are the main ones that will.
So when you say the football, you are...
There's a football pitch there.
Okay.
There's a football pitch.
Which stands?
No stands at all.
Okay.
It's just a pitch. At the moment, the local community, they just play soccer on it and train.
Okay. All right. And what is the next step for this project? Because I'm sure you have timelines with which you're working, especially with this phase of the whole AESL conversation.
Yes. By the middle of this year, we'll have the AESL concept full, the drawings and everything. And then we will know exactly how much it's going to cost us. And then we would see how we are going to. Already, we are talking to partners to see how we can get money, but they need some more information to be able to determine whether they are prepared to help us. So by the middle of this year, if you talk to me, I should be able to give you more information about this thing.
Last year, I think when you spoke to JBC, you mentioned that Anoka had cleared its arrears to you, when I say you, GOC, for about 3 years. And as of April last year, they had paid $375,000 into your accounts. What projects did that money fund?
That money was meant to support federations, competitions, and athletes. That's basically it. So last year, for instance, we supported federations to the tune of about $180 thereabouts, $1,000 federations for various activities, some competitions, some training, some coaching, whatever, different things. So so in fact, for that, with respect of that specific amount, about $200,000 is already gone for other things. But we still got some money which we are going to use this year as well to support other federations.
So if you look at the year in total, how much did you get from Anoka?
We get normally from normally what we get an administrative grant, which is I think it's 40,000. That's for purely for administration, and then we're entitled to we can access $125,000 from ANOCA. That's what we get.
Okay. So what level of support do you also get from IOC?
IOC the same basically.
It's the same amounts.
But with the IOC, there are various programs. You must apply either for coaching, for capacity building, generally, let's say capacity building, to support competitions. For instance, there's always this Olympic scholarship every cycle, every Olympic cycle. So we applied and we got 12 of our athletes on the Olympic scholarship. Mainly athletics, we had the relay team. All of them are on scholarship. That's Samino, Azamati, Joe Paul, and Fuseni. They are all on scholarship. Then we have one weightlifting, Winifred. Then we have one judoka, and then one taekwondo lady. The judo lady and the taekwondo lady, we managed to get them into training camps. So what will happen is that they will not be here. They will go. The judo will go to I think France, and then the taekwondo lady will be in Germany. So, but the judo lady is expected to leave sometime next week. They'll be in training camp for the next few years, just training, because in the camp they have support, technical support, medical support, and everything. So the idea is to get them to qualify for the Olympic Games and then do well at the Games.
I was asking about all of these monies because often the complaint has been how the GOC is under-resourced and doesn't have the capacity to execute a lot of its programs. For this year, what have you set out to do?
This year, we have the Commonwealth Games. We have the Youth Olympics. So this year, we need to prepare at least for these two competitions. Now, our plan is to start training early, next month, at least residential training, and thereafter, that's local training, and they also have pre-games training out of the country. So that is our plan. We are trying to get support from, of course, the Ministry of Sports, but we are not able to get all the support. It means that we have to find ways and means of doing that ourselves.
How much do you need for both?
For the preparation of the athletes?
For everything. Youth Olympics, Commonwealth Games.
There are several aspects of it. There's the training camps. We have if I'm not mistaken, the budget which was sent for the Commonwealth Games about $10 million or so.
$10 million.
And that's how I wrap up the sports segment with me, Benaya Elom Dapamakwa. For more stories, you can log on to myjournline.com. Have a good evening.